Good morning, everyone. So today is Monday, July, what is it? It is the 7th, I think. Let me check. All right, you guys, today is July 7th. So, you didn't see me last week. Last week was really busy. My son's girlfriend had surgery, and she's in a lot of pain. So, I have the quantum biofeedback equipment, and I've been using my phone for when I'm not using it to work. I've been using my phone to send her frequencies so that she will heal up and hopefully not be in as much pain for as long of a period of time. So that's why you didn't see me last week. I was using my phone every second I had it available to use for anything other than work for her, so that I could do frequencies for her. So that's why you didn't see me last week. And that's why you didn't see me on the tail end of the week before. So, yeah. Anyways, there's that. It's going to be loud here. It's really, really hot. It's very, very humid. It's not even 6 o'clock in the morning yet. And the humidity level is terrible. So, my windows are open. You're going to hear cars going by. I've got hurricane fans going in other rooms and ceiling fans going here. So, it's probably going to be a little bit loud, you guys, but that's just how it is, right? In the winter, you hear my heat, and in the summer, you hear whatever it takes to keep me as cool as possible. So, before we get started, don't follow any links or emails in the comment sections of either of the channels. Still haven't been able to upload to Rumble. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't know if I need to, pull that channel down and start a new channel or what. I just don't know. Anyway, that it is what it is. So, there's that. The healing intentions are always set for you folks. Always, always, always. So if you want that and you choose to have that, go ahead and decree it for your highest and greatest good, only and always. And just breathe that in and integrate it. Yeah, so let's get talking here. So a lot's been going on. We had the big beautiful bill, then there's the stuff that's going on in Texas. With the flooding. I just learned about that yesterday morning. My boyfriend told me about it. And the first thing I did was get a hold of my friend Tilly, who lives in Texas, and ask her what was going on. And she had told me that News Treason had done a show, Saturday Night D-Class. So I was really late to find out about anything. It's just been I've been so busy. I haven't looked at anything. I haven't listened to anything. I was totally out of the loop, which I do think is important, that we all become totally out of the loop once in a while. And just enjoy our lives a bit. So anyway, yeah, I was totally out of the loop, and so had been my boyfriend. So he saw it yesterday morning while I was doing projects, and he let me know. So Tilly had told me that they had talked about it on News Treason, their Saturday Night D-Class. So it was Dave and Rambo and 8-Track and Stormy Patriot Joe. So I took a listen to that yesterday while I was doing my projects. It's very interesting, you guys. You guys are probably all up to date on things. But it's very interesting. Mark Messina shows the weather manipulation. And then they do a live dig and they find that the name of the town is Hunt. And then they go on to find out that this camp that's highlighted around this flooding that happened in Texas is a camp that the elites send their children to. So there's a lot of speculation and stuff around what really happened there. The weather was definitely manipulated. Mark Messina shows that very clearly. Yeah, so very sad. Prayers for all the people in Texas. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, well, Eddie had told me that Marjorie Taylor Greene was working to pass a bill to stop all of this uh, weather manipulation and weather control. When had he told me about that? Maybe he told me about that Saturday. It was a long weekend, so my days get mixed up, and I've told you all that since 2020 my days get, like, I can't keep track of a date. I have to constantly look at the calendar. We've been trying to pass that in Maine, but she's doing a bill to pass it and make it a felony to do this, and it's, nationwide, obviously. So perfect timing for that. I'm not sure exactly when the stuff happened in Texas, but I believe before she went on to pass that bill. But Marjorie Taylor Greene has been talking about weather manipulation for a while now. So anyway, yeah, here we've been experiencing random power outages. I swear they're testing our grid when they do that. It's been constant here. And then I think it was one of my friends, Kathy or Tilly or Lisa or someone, that sent me a video of all of the telephone poles that had been knocked down. In Nevada, no, where was it? I don't know, there just seems to be a lot of stuff going on, right? A lot of stuff going on, you guys. So I think because there's so much, then we've had the big, beautiful bill. It was just the 4th of July. I think what we want to do this morning, because there's so much going on, I want to get a universal message. I just want to, I want to see one card from the universe for the energy of this week. Let's see what this week brings us. So if today is the 7th, let's go from the 7th to the 14th. So the next 7 days. And see what the universe wants to give us for one card showing the energy that we're all working under. Universal energy. Like what's happening this week, energetic wise. So let's start there. I hope you're all doing well. I hope that you had a great 4th for all of the people that are on the channels that are from the USA, and I hope that anybody else in any other country had a wonderful weekend. Let's see what we get. Please and thank you. One card showing us the energy that's hovering over us for this week. Please and thank you. One more shuffle, you guys. And then we'll cut them 3 times. And we'll pull right out of the middle unless I'm feeling pulled to pull from another stack, which sometimes does happen, but no, I didn't feel it, so. All right, so energy of the 6 of Pentacles this week. So the energy hovering us this week is all with 6, it's always love, right? So stay in love. Stay in the love vibration. But with that 6 of Pentacles, as you guys can see, this is people in need. So we're going to hear probably quite a lot this week about people in need, needing assistance, needing help. And I'm sure that's probably based around the incident that happened in Texas. So that's going to be kind of a main theme this week, you guys. All right, so let's just shuffle that back in and let's get a universal 7-card spread, just a universal message. What do they want to say to us? Just with a 7-card spread. What does the universe want to say? Oh, this is cool, you guys. All right. Wow. Yeah, and you guys can see that all quite nicely. Let's start with the pathway, you guys. The pathway is pretty nice. The pathway is the Ace of Wands, so something new beginning in our physical journey. So with the wands, the rods, whatever you want to call them, that is our day-to-day life, right? That is the things that are going on in your day-to-day life, in your physical journey here on the earth plane. Something new started because something was ended. Okay? Something new started because something was ended. And then right at the top, another ace. All right? And that ace is the cups. So something new started because something was ended, and this is a feel-good new beginning. Because with that cups, that's always love, that's feelings, that's emotions. So that's pretty interesting. I think I know what this wants to talk about a little bit, you guys. So the story is there was a lot of work that went into something to end it, and the energy around this work moved pretty fast. It did create a lot of there were a lot of lies around it. There was some truth. It was meant to get people upset. The lies meant to break hearts and stuff, but we should be rejoicing. This is actually this work that went into this thing that they want to talk about, and this is Pentacles. So, right, is actually something that's going to be very, very good for people, you guys. It comes under that vibration of love. It's cups, right? So it's that feeling good. And this is doing something good for people out of a loving, caring, sharing while the world seems to be falling apart, right? So there was something, but the trouble around that is that there were a lot of lies around it, and only some truths about it. So it was meant to get people upset and break their hearts. And that thing moved quick. So I think they're talking about the big beautiful bill. And then I'm going to ask something else, because I think the big beautiful bill is significant, you guys, and I've felt it. I've felt it from the start. No, I have not read all 900 pages of it. I doubt any of you guys have either. But I think it was very important to get that done before the 4th, because I think it is part of what brings us sovereignty, and I do believe it is part of what will end the Fed. I've just had this feeling. So let's take a look and see if they're talking about the big beautiful bill. Can I get a confirmation around that? Something new started because that big beautiful bill ends a bunch of things. It's going to feel good. A lot of work has gone into it. It is to actually make people have a better life, because the world around them has been crumbling. They did put it through fast on the world stage anyways. I personally believe this was all taken care of a long time ago. And yes, you did have a lot of lies out there around that. You had a ton of lies around that big beautiful bill, and some truths, but it was meant to get people upset and talking about it, but we should rejoice. And that's why I think this is the big beautiful bill, right? So let's double check and see if I'm correct, because this is all pentacles, you guys. So, yeah, let's just see. Are you referring to the big beautiful bill right now, please and thank you? One more shuffle. They definitely are referring to that big beautiful bill, you guys, so rejoice. This is a very healing thing. It's going to allow the birthing of something new because you see it ended something. And so now the new stuff can start spilling out over the top, and it's all going to be feeling good stuff. So brand new journey here. Put an end to this way that was breaking our back. And yeah, they are talking about the big beautiful bill. So my second question with that is, I believe that with this big beautiful bill, this is the way that we're going to exit the Fed, that Federal Reserve. And we just did a reading last week when I was on last. I don't know, the beginning of last week or something like that. And we were talking about the Internal Revenue Service, which we know is directly linked to the Fed. So let me get a drink of my coffee, you guys. It said something new was going to be birthed out of that Internal Revenue Service, right? And now this is saying that that big beautiful bill did actually end the Fed, and it will bring us good things, help us to birth these new things. So, no, it didn't say that. That's what I'm getting ready to ask. It said that, yes, this is about the big beautiful bill. And that's what I'm getting ready to ask now is this big beautiful bill that just got passed, is that big beautiful bill very important in the ending of the Federal Reserve? Please and thank you. So I really think this is how they're gonna, I really feel like this is how they're gonna help to create that sovereignty here in this country and break us away from the Federal Reserve. And of course I think this has already all been done, but this has to play out in a way so that the population can wrap their head around what's being done, right? So, yeah, please and thank you. With one card, is this big beautiful bill going to be what, is that the segue into ending the Fed? Please and thank you. It is, with that Queen of Swords. With that Queen of Swords, that is exactly what's going to happen, you guys. So, with that Queen of Swords, she has things to say. She tells it like it is, and she tells it straight. So let's see if they have anything more they want to say off of that Queen of Swords other than the yes, right? All right, so anything that Queen of Swords wants to say to us, please and thank you. We'll just do a conversation downward around the Federal Reserve. The moon ends things. All right, so what do they want to say around that Federal Reserve? All right, so as far as what she wants to talk to us about is where that Federal Reserve is concerned, with that moon, that ends it. That ends that. That ends us all giving money to the crown. And those secrets are coming out, and they already are. I mean, Cash Patel has been trying to educate the public around stuff that people like you and I already know, that it's not part of that it's a privately owned corporation. So, yeah, the big secrets are coming out. The moon finishes things, it ends things, and it creates conversation. So the big beautiful bill segueing us into ending this this stronghold that the Federal Reserve has had over everybody. It's going to be a lot of talk about it. It's going to end, obviously, and yeah, a lot of secrets are going to come out around that. Thank goodness, for the people that haven't dug, don't realize, didn't know. They're going to know. And it's not just something that's going to impact us, you guys, not just here in America, because the next thing that we have over is she wants to say that this is happening the world over. Okay? So this is happening the world over. And she's also saying that, yes, this is an information war. Okay? She's saying this is an information war. And she's saying, with this 7, that this information can be found, seen. So hints and pieces for people to find and see that proves that this is already in the works, happened, whatever. And plenty of information out there. But there's more information that's going to come out that maybe we don't even know. Right? So maybe those of us that have been digging and know about the Federal Reserve and all of that, there's stuff that will come that maybe we don't even know about it. So new information that maybe not even any of us have heard. So that's always interesting. But it has ended. And this Federal Reserve, she wants to say it's ended already. Okay? And it's the world over, but this is an information war and things are coming out in increments. So that's how I feel. I feel like a lot of this has already been done, but that we have to live through the drama of it because so many people, so many, like, here's a for instance, you guys. I have bitched about things like, property taxes forever. And because innately I just knew it was wrong. And not just because I'm a cheapskate and taxes are a bitch. Not just because I watch people that have worked their asses off their whole lives to pay their mortgage and then, in their elderly years have to sell their home and move into a tiny apartment because they can't afford the taxes on their house. Not just for those reasons. That has a lot to do with it, but it feels wrong. Like this, you had to put your money into buying this land and buying that home, and you've worked your ass off to maintain it and pay that mortgage, and you work your ass off to pay those taxes, and it's never really yours, right? It's never really yours. You get to hand that debt down to your family, if you have family, like, oh, I'll leave this house to my kids, and then they have to pay taxes on it, and they have to pay, if they sell it, they have to pay more taxes on it, and they have to pay taxes on it because they received it, and then they have to pay taxes on it if they want to keep it, and then they have to pay taxes on it if they want to sell it, and it's just bullshit. It's all bullshit. And I've bitched about these types of things for a long time, and a lot of people, while they listen to me make all of these points, will then go on to tell me why it's my duty to pay these taxes and how that benefits the whole town and why we need to do that. And I always say there are other ways, and you shouldn't be at risk of losing your home. It's just bullshit. But people are well programmed. Like when I've bitched over the years about state taxes and federal taxes coming out of our checks. You work your ass off, then you have to come home and work your ass off because you've worked your ass off all day. And moms know this. Moms really know this feeling. Moms get up early to get everybody ready while she gets ready to go to work. She gets everybody ready for either their daycare or school. Starts to get things ready in the house for when she gets home that night. It's the animals taken care of. Then she runs the kids around. Then she runs to work. She works all freaking day long. Then she has to run the kids around again in the evening. Get supper, do laundry, take care of the animals, do whatever housework there is, help with homework. bust her little ass all day and all night, collapse into freaking bed, and I'm speaking from experience here, because I was a mom. I was a working mom. And, yeah, collapse into bed at night, and then you get to look at your check at the end of the week, having all of this money taken out of it for people that didn't have to put in the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in for it. How is that fair? And I've always bitched about that stuff, you guys. And people are like, people for years would be like, Lorri, it's your duty and we need to pay because blah, blah, blah. Like, the programming runs so deep. So you can't just shift things on people. The programming runs so deep, they really believe it's their duty. And they really believe all the bullshit reasons why they've been told it's their duty. And so, reprogramming and deprogramming them, they have to see things unfold as it goes. And that's why I think this is all kind of happening in increments. I mean, look at the people that freaked out because Elon was finding fraud. And they wanted to be mad at him for finding the fraud. I mean, the programming is real, you guys. It is real. So, but this has already happened. They're telling us it's already happened. So I just want a clarification. So what you're saying is the Fed's already ended. This is an information war. More stuff is going to come out around the Fed, but she's saying it's already ended, and the information that's going to come out around it, the secrets that are revealed are around it, will get people talking and yapping and things, people that haven't already been already. And these people that are really, really deeply programmed that it's their duty to pay them, their taxes, they're going to come up and they're going to start listening to the noise that's being made around all of this stuff as well. And there's information that's going to come forth that maybe none of us have even heard around this. So that should be interesting. But this isn't just for us, you guys. This is the world over. Like, this is going, like, what this Queen of Swords is saying is that the world over, people are going to stop being indebted to this corrupted system that takes your money under the guise of something while it actually being something else. It's not just for us. It's like it's changing the world over. So now I just want to clarify. Did I get this correct? Please and thank you. Have I read this correctly? Please and thank you. With one card. Did I read this correctly to you folks? Please and thank you. I sure did. With the Magician. And the Magician says, right now, everything that we're living under right now is just an illusion anyways. And that's what we were just saying. Because things have to be worked out. People have to be ready. They have to hear the news. They have to start understanding all of these secrets around things. Start discovering, I just had a conversation with my niece about the Federal Reserve just this past weekend, and she didn't understand that it was a privately owned corporation. So, a lot of people just don't know. So, there's a lot of information to get out there to people so that they start to understand things a little bit better. So, a lot of what we're living under right now is an illusion because it's told us things are already done. It's just having to walk through the steps and bring it all out to the front for the population. All right, more coffee, you guys. I need more coffee. So that's interesting. Now with all of that being said, I just want a quick rundown on the flooding in Texas. I highly recommend any of you that don't already listen, that you go on to Rumble and you get on News Treason and you listen to their Saturday night D-class. And yeah, it's really good. Mark brings up the map and shows you how they're bursting the moisture into Texas via underground, and it's a good watch. It's very good. It's informative. I recommend it. And we know that these assholes have been manipulating our weather and doing things to us for a long time. Like, for instance, here in Maine, when I was growing up, 80 degrees was really hot, and it was pretty dry. We had pretty dry heat. We had early springs. We had a pretty dry summer. August would come in. That would be our hottest month, and that's when we'd get a little bit of humidity. The humidity would generally then go back out. September was still pretty nice. Mornings were cool, evenings were cool, but the daytime was pretty nice. So when you started going back to school, you know, you'd get up in the morning to catch your bus with your chamois shirt on or whatever, but you'd quickly take that off because by 9 o'clock it would be beautiful. And then by the time it was time for the kids to be trick-or-treating, the end of October, by the time hunting season started to kick in, we usually had a couple inches of snow. The weather was crisp and cool. We would have our winter. We had plenty of snow. We'd have our good old Maine winter, and then, you know, we'd start to have a nice melt come spring. April was when spring began. It was always a fickle month. You could get, you know, a blizzard or a snowstorm, but those would melt off pretty quickly. And I mean, you could you could just bank on it every year being our weather patterns. When my son was growing up, the summers became very hot and very humid. Very, very hot, much hotter than what they were when I was growing up. Winters started getting more mild. Often we didn't have snow for Christmas. And of course my son's pushing 40, which is crazy to me, but you know, now we look at this, and the weather here, it's ungodly humid, very wet. You know, we often have to run our heat into June. Then we have this god-awful humidity, and then August brings us back into cold weather again. They block our sun constantly. It's like they're trying to drive us Mainers crazy. It's horrible. The manipulation, you know, they fill our skies with the chemtrails. And, yeah, it's just how people can still be denying this it's like, goodness gracious, they're totally blind. Totally blind. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at, please and thank you, give us a message around Texas. Show me a pathway and a story, please. 7-card spread, and then that's going to do it, and I'm going to hop off. 7-card spread around Texas, and obviously all of the people in Texas are in my prayers and sending good energy. Let's see, 7-card spread. Page of Pentacles, we've got kids. Chaos. All right, so here we go. let's start with the with your pathway, okay? So the energy that is driving the event, the energy that's driving this pathway and this story that we're asking about in Texas, talking about this flooding. It's very sad. All right, let's get started. The energy with that's driving this whole thing is the earth plane, and look at all the water back there, okay? Look at all the water, how it's just like, it's big, it's going crazy back there. And then there's an imbalance. So, an imbalance of water created the situation. So, just more validation that it was manipulated, right? Because there's nothing in this that would show that it's natural. So that is the, that's what's driving this whole thing, okay? So this imbalance of water, which obviously it was a flood, has created a lot of chaos, obviously, right? And it's going to create change through that chaos, you guys, because the Hermit is going to shine a light on something in Texas. And I think that's what's happening already. I just told you about, you know, the things that they were digging and finding on news treason the other day. So this Hermit is going to shine a light on all of this chaos that's been going on here in Texas and this imbalance of things. Now let's take a look at your pathway. So the pathway is, you've got a leader, right? That's with this King of Wands, for me, this is often my trump card, okay? But it's a fiery personality who's doing the right thing, who's trying to lead with the highest and greatest good for intentions of all, okay? So this, of course, could be your governor, right? All right, so you have this leader who's working to do the right thing. He's going to be overseeing getting these people help, okay? And it looks as though he's going to be finding this very important. He's not going to just let people suffer. I know that there was a lot of shit being said by you know, the assholes out there that want to run their mouth about FEMA. But he's going to make sure that people are taken care of, okay? And he's also going to shine a light on a lot of the problems that are there in Texas. So through this imbalance of things, stuff is going to come out, all right? So we're starting here with this Page of Pentacles. The whole story starts with this Page of Pentacles. And this flooding, right? This flooding and the children, okay? So there's a lot of story around the children with this flooding, you guys. Which isn't surprising because we've heard a lot of the kids were missing. A camp was affected. But there's always more to it when it's a Page of Pentacles. Because this is money. Okay? So the page is children, but this is money, you guys. So we know that some of them were rich kids, elite kids that go to this camp, but I think there's more to it than that. Because above that, you have this balancing of the scales, this person of power doling out to those who don't have power. So I do think that there is some sort of, something's going to come out around these kids and how money has been made with some of these kids. So definitely watch for stories of human trafficking that come out of this flooding. There's going to be reveals with this Hermit. So keep your eye out for that, okay? So the flooding is what's driving it. Texas has a good leader sitting right in between the flood and the kids and the chaos, okay? That's the thing that sits there guiding everything. Then we come up here to the top of our pathway, and we have that 8 of Cups. So that eight is always infinity. That's a high vibrational number. That's very spiritual. So we have the 8 of Cups. The cups are very emotional, so this is a very emotional story. It's probably going to get more emotional, you guys, because there's going to be a lot of talk of the kids around it, okay? And it creates a lot of chaos. But let's not forget what that 8 of Cups does. That 8 of Cups is set up, and it can be looked at as a trap, okay? So it can always be looked at as a trap. And it looks like through this flooding, good leaders are going to be able to catch people in traps. Okay? Good leaders are going to be able to catch people in traps. What is the traps that they're going to be catching them in? Well, I would say it has something to do with the kids. Because this kid card is right there, right? And I believe these traps are going to create an infighting amongst the people that use these kids a particular way for money. There's going to be a big light shown on that. So this is pretty telling in itself. There's a lot of information here. So I want to ask if I got that correct, if I'm reading it right so far. But it looks like Texas does have a nice, decent leader, you guys. So they're going to be doing everything that they can to help the people. And I believe, you know, I say your leader, and I also said, you know, this is my trump card. I believe that right now, you know, whether people believe it or not, we're under a soft martial law, and obviously President Trump is the one overseeing everything, in my humble opinion. So, and then other people are just doing what they're told, and he's the face of this mission. So, quite a lot is going to come out of this flooding by the look of things. The Hermit's going to shine a huge light on things. So, am I reading this right so far to everybody and myself? Please and thank you. With one card, and then I'm going to, there's more to the conversation, so I'm going to let the conversation go down, let him finish talking, but I just want to clarify, am I reading it right? I'm reading it right to you so far. So, yes, the weather was imbalanced, the water was imbalanced, it was manipulated. It was definitely a manipulation of weather to do this to Texas. Definitely. And there are good people that's right hovering in the middle of all of this mess. And they're going to catch people in traps. They're going to catch a lot of people in traps. And they're going to probably rescue kids. There's probably going to be shown how those kids are traded for money. Lots of things. But within all of that, what will be shown, the good people are going to make sure that the people that have suffered from this flooding, they're going to be taken care of. But a lot will have a light shown on it because of this. So yes, I got that. I got that right. I've read this right to you right so far. And let's just let him have some last words here. Looks to me like people will start fighting amongst themselves. They'll be caught in the trap. They're going to be finding children. They're going to be finding what they do with them. Going to be a big light shown on that. They're also going to point out the weather manipulation, you guys. And they're going to make sure that they're doing all that they can for the people in Texas. And they're going to shine a light on all of the things that went wrong there. So very interesting. Let's see what else there is to say. And then I'm going to just leave us off with one card. And I'm going to hop off here. I've got a lot to do before it gets too much hotter. All right, so a couple more cards just to see what else they want to say around this. All right, so this literally was, this is literally right now a battle between the deep state and the white hats, okay? So we got those two higher arcana cards, and this is like doing battle, all right? And we just got a victory lap. So we're winning whether they like it or not. And so we have our good guys here, our Divine Masculine, that's my Alliance card. That's going to be helping the people that have suffered through this. That's going to be finding children, and that's going to be catching people in traps. And we're victorious, okay? And then we have a light shining on the deep state, the chaos, the systems that need to be changed. We have the deep state getting caught in the traps. We've got bad guys getting caught in the traps. And then we've got baddies that will fight amongst each other. And kind of spill the beans on each other. So, yeah, this is probably our lower level assholes that are still in the game. But we're having a victory. We're catching these guys. We're catching these guys. So, did I just read that correct? Please and thank you. And, you know, they're going to show how these people create the chaos. So probably shine a light on how these people create the chaos and the flooding. There's going to be a lot to be revealed here, you guys. But it looks like these dingleberries have gone ahead and they're getting caught. So have I read this correctly, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Have I given the message? Did I deliver the message correctly for all of us here today? Please and thank you. With one card. Wow, I brought it to you pretty good, pretty fast. But even though I delivered that quickly, because I only pulled 3 cards to go on top of that, I know there's something else they want to say. So I'm going to pull all of this up, you guys, because I want them to have the opportunity to use a few cards. And we used quite a few there, so I'm going to pull them up and let them talk. So I brought you the information pretty quickly with that 7-card spread and just a few cards pulled afterwards. But that's an interesting card always when they give me that as a yes. I feel like there's always more And those cards fell out, so we're keeping them, okay? All right, so they fell out like this. So then this would go here. And this would go here. And this would go here. Okay? Bam. And then that would go there. All right, more coffee, you guys. More fives. All right, so the human suffering, right? The human suffering that these systems have been doing to people for years and years. So, part of that trap that we're talking about, showing, spotlighting the human suffering. So, moving forward with this 7 right here, the 7, the Chariot, higher arcana card, moving forward, people are really going to be waking up and screaming for judgment. So moving forward, people are going to really start realizing this human suffering that's been being literally created, okay? And they're going to be screaming for judgment. I think a lot of people are. When we got, was it last year or the year before, they flooded the hell out of us here in Maine. We here on the coast, we were flooded, I don't know how many times. When that happened, I think it was 6 times that one particular, so it wasn't last year, although we did have 2 times last year where I was out there really trying to save my house from having water back into it. It was the year before. We got hit like 5 or 6 times. It was horrible. And people around here that would have normally like rolled their eyes at me when I talked about things like weather manipulation, were talking about weather manipulation. So I think people really, just with the more crazy events that happen, the more people are like, wait a minute. Maybe these people that have been talking about this for years are onto something. And obviously there's proof of it. It's just that they haven't heard it on the news yet. You know what I mean? But moving forward, this chaos that's been being created to create this human suffering, moving forward, lots of people will have woken up to this and people will be screaming judgment. This high priestess coming right down from this human suffering, you guys. She's holding that balance. So moving forward is right lined up with the light, right? And then the judgment is right lined up with that darkness. I want to move these out of the way, so that all of you people that are learning to read will understand what I'm seeing here. So we've got the human suffering being created via the systems, because this is my church card, it's the system card. Vibrationally and weather-wise, because this looks like snow or stuff coming down in the atmosphere here with this Rider-Waite deck. And then down here you've got this high priestess. And the high priestess can be good or she can be bad. But she's all about vibration. All right? So moving forward, people are going to be waking up and screaming for justice because of the way they've been using this vibration to do bad things. But, you guys, moving forward, people are going to be waking up and screaming for something else too, you guys, because moving forward sits on the light side of this. So, moving forward, people are going to be screaming for the good part of all of this vibrational stuff that they've been using to create things. So I think with this, they're telling us 2 things. We're moving forward, people are going to be screaming for the new technologies. Like, regular people are going to be understanding that there's technologies that that we could be using for good to kind of help people out of these situations, right? And they're going to be hollering and judging that moving forward. Probably not long, because we've got a quick moving energy here. And also moving forward, people are going to be screaming about the dark things they've been doing with technology. So what I think we're hearing here, what I think we're seeing here is that the universe is telling us a lot is going to be revealed around vibration and technology, not just what's been done with the human suffering, but also what can be done to help the human suffering. And a lot of people are going to start finding out about this, regular people that don't understand. And they're going to be waking up going, hey, we want it. We want it. So a big amount of judgment is going to come in from all the people in all areas for a lot of different reasons. That's going to cause everyone to be wanting to, like, scream that we want healing. We want this to stop. We want these technologies. We want. And it's going to be their voices. And it's not going to be too long before we hear a bunch of this noise as we move forward. So am I reading this correctly? This is really, we're really in a time where this energy is moving quickly, where things are shifting fast. And the screaming is kind of what we need. Because then that will show how many people are ready to accept better things and get rid of the programming. Does that make sense to you guys? So, did I just deliver this correctly, please, and thank you? So they're going to realize if they've got the energy and the things to do these dark things, then they've got the energy and the things to do better things as well. And people are going to be hollering about it. Have I just read this correctly, please, and thank you? Yes, I read it to you correctly. So things are shifting, you guys, all around the board. But I read that to you correctly. So things are shifting all around the board, you guys. Things are changing. And it looks like they're going to be changing fast at this point. So that's exciting. And with all that being said, I've been on here probably an hour, close to an hour. And I have got to get rocking and rolling before it gets too awfully hot out there. I gotta go out and get my goats all squared away. They've already been opened for the day. They got opened at like 4 o'clock this morning. But I need to get them hayed, grained, get fresh water out there for them. It's gonna be a day of running a lot of buckets to keep them cool. So with all of that being said, what does the universe want to leave us with one card? Anyway, you guys, this is just what I'm getting as per the usual. Take from it what you will. Whatever resonates, toss the rest. You know, that's how we do it. But let's see, what does the universe want to leave us with after that little peek into things? The Big Beautiful Bill. What did we read on? The Big Beautiful Bill, the Fed, in Texas. Yeah. So, please and thank you. One card. What do you want to leave us with? As the energy stands right now, with the information that we've been given. What do you want to leave us with, please and thank you? Mergers, marriages, coming together, celebrations. All right, so that's what they want to leave us with. So this is the 4, so the personal message, and that always is keep doing the work to create the balance in your own life. So stay well balanced. Make sure that you walk in hand with health and joy, and no matter how hard things are, make sure that you're bringing those things into your life to balance out whatever hardships, worries, or stressors that you have, right? So it's always doing the work to create balance within the physical work, within your own physical life. The other piece of this 4 is it's marriages, mergers, it's working together, it's doing things joyfully. So what do they want to leave us with? Looks to me like a lot of people are working together, creating good things. So we should be celebrating. A lot of people are working together to bring balance to our physical lives, the physical journey here on the earth plane. So celebrate, rejoice. Lots of mergers, marriages, and deals have gone on to bring celebrations as we move forward, to balance things, to make things better here. And always remember to do that personally in your own life as well. But yeah, so that's the message. So rejoice, you guys, because we've got wins, even though we're hearing about sad things. Wins will come through. Wins are coming through every which way we look. So, yeah. So that's it, you guys. On here for an hour, a little over an hour. Stay blessed. Keep counting all of the things that you're grateful for every day. Just rejoice and stay in love and stay in gratitude. Keep your vibrations high. Send love, healing prayers out. Fill yourself with love. See it going into the whole earth. Filling the earth, exploding out of the earth, going out into the ethers, and holding that love vibration, and then fill yourselves back up with it to hold that love vibration more. But stay positive. Keep your vibes high. Send healing out to any part of the world where you hear, that terrible things have happened. But know that with every tragedy, it looks to me like with every tragedy or anything that's happening, it is being used for the greater good. So good things will come from it because lights will be shown on it, because things will get caught from it, because it's what we're seeing. Like, if we're smart enough to know that something was manipulated to happen, then so are the good guys. So of course they'd be on it. Also, don't forget that we're living through a period of time where everything is an illusion. So a lot of what you hear on the news is probably meant to be emotionally triggering, and it's meant to stir up people and get conversations going more than, so don't take the news as facts. Know that those are probably comms and all sorts of other things. Listen to it with ears to hear and eyes to see. All right, you guys, until next time, I love you all very much. I hope that you have an amazing day, a beautiful day. It's a really pretty time of year here in Maine. Everything's very lush and green and very pretty. And yes, very humid, and it's going to be a hot one today too, but it's beautiful, and it's just nice to see the sun shining. So I hope that you all have a beautiful day, and stay in gratitude, stay in love, and make the most of every second that you've got. All right, you guys, until next time, I love you, and I will see you later. All right, bye.